Well, autumn is here, and bars and restaurants have their plans for fall in place for how to accommodate diners when al fresco is no longer an option.
Food and drink writer Audarshia Townsend joins us now. She's been talking with people in the restaurant business about how the transition will work, and she has some good ideas here, some picks where restaurants are keeping everyone safe. Good morning.
Good morning, Dan and Robin. How are you?
Your hair looks
great.
Beautiful. I love it. I mean, let's get
Thank you.
right. Girls need to compliment each other on these
It
things.
looks great.
Anyway, all right. First up, the place at the Four Seasons.
Yes, Adore Bar and Grill, bar and restaurant at the Four Seasons. It just opened last Thursday, at October 1st, after hundreds of thousands of dollars of renovations, the whole hotel actually. And so, as you can see, lots of space, lots of high ceilings, which is great for social distancing, of course. As you can see, Chef Jonathan Sawyer is a brand new chef. He was in Cleveland for a very long time. He won a James Beard Award, decided to come back home to Chicago and bring a great menu of classic American dishes with his own touches, like lobster spaghetti, which he just showed. He has his confit chicken wings, which is one of his signature dishes, and a triple cooked whole eggplant dish. There is live music occasionally because he really wanted that. Because he wanted some local bands, and everybody's missing live music, so I thought that was a great touch. Also, the fact that hotels are always super clean, so I'm always on board when it comes to hotels.
Excellent. All right, next up, a place with a tropical feel in River North.
Yes, the Diver is inspired by beach towns on the Pacific coast of Mexico, like Tulum and Baja. And it's also seafood focused, very seafood focused. It's from longtime restaurateur Adolfo Garcia, who built this place by hand. Everything you see in there, he put it in place by hand. Everything is from Tulum and other parts of Mexico. He imported all of these ingredients, all of this construction. The dishes are seafood tacos, different types of seafood, whatever's in season, ceviche, which you can get made to order, the lobster quesadilla, which I absolutely was obsessed over. The spacing is so good in this place. It feels like a party, but it's nicely spaced out so you feel safe, including at the bar, which is so important.
All right, next is a place in the Medical Center District.
Yes, Dr. Murphy's Food Hall. That's in the former historic Cook County Hospital. That also has 2 hotels there. But what I love about food halls is they always have those high ceiling and extreme space for social distancing. In this particular place, which is the latest food hall, which I love food halls for during a pandemic because there's always so much great room to social distance. But this place is very diverse in the fact that they have so many people of color who have stands here. There's a Little Delta, which is Southern cuisine, Lexington Betty Smokehouse Barbecue, Mahari Indian cuisine, there's Chinese, there's Thai food, there's Mexican cuisine, and there's pizza. Also important to note that Phil Copley, Tom Copley, I can't pronounce his name, but the guy from Top Chef, the main guy.
Colicchio, is that his name?
Thank you. Yeah, Colicchio. I'm sorry. His brother is a major partner in this project, so that's important to note.
And Robert De Niro's Nobu in the West Loop.
Yes, we've been waiting for this project for over 10 years, so it's finally here, finally. And so that's Japanese inspired, of course. It's very, very fancy, and very fancy Japanese cuisine. Very, very fancy. 10,000 square feet, seats 350 people, but because of the pandemic, they can only fit 50 people at a time. They have these towering columns in there that are meant to resemble ancient samurai swords. And then at the bottom of these columns, they've got these filtration systems that make sure the air goes through. You get fresh air all throughout, which is very good. Because they can only fit 50 people in a 300-seater, there's lots of spacing, very high ceilings. That was the only photo that they showed me so to give you an idea of this Japanese restaurant.
Okay, one more we're going to talk about a pop-up restaurant in Lincoln Square.
Honey, I Shrunk the Pop-Up. And of course, that's based on the movie, the classic 80s film from the classic 80s film. And so that's going to be there until November 1st. So if you're thinking about Halloween plans, you can come there, immerse yourself in everything that they have going on. They have 14 different cocktails that are based on a theme. I really love Dead Don't Eat Me, which is a milk punch based cocktail. Also a Zielinski Sazerac, which with Polish spirits. For food, they have a truckload of corn dogs. Then there are miniatures you can see. Then they have a Nashville hot chicken and pulled pork sliders that are miniature. We did an Instagram live. We did a virtual tour of the space to really give people an idea of what to expect there. And you can still find that on my Instagram. But absolutely love this place, especially the cocktails. But you cannot touch everything that's going on around there, like the oversized insects and stuff like that because of the pandemic, of course. So it just kind of feels like an exhibit, and then you just immerse yourself in the cocktails and the food.
So, Audarshia, I know you've been out going to a bunch of different places. If you find a lot of people going into restaurants, are they comfortable now? What do you think it's looking like?
I feel like people are comfortable and they're at capacity at 50. People are going out, but the problem is that people still forget to put on those masks. When the servers are very adamant about telling people when you're not eating or drinking, even when you're sitting, to please put your mask on when you're interacting with the staff, and people still aren't doing that. I do it as much as possible. I see people still get up and go to the restroom and forget to put their mask on. Please remember to do this. This is so important. So I'm going to say this every time I come on. Please remember to keep your mask on. And when you're seated, if you're not eating or drinking, please keep your mask on. And you just have to talk louder to your friends.
There you go.
All right.
Well, you can follow her at I Am Audarshia, and she writes about getting the restaurant industry back on track at theawakening.substack.com. Audarshia, good to talk to you.
Thank you.
You too. Have a great week.
You too.
Time now for Around Town.
Hey, Anna.
Dan and Robin, could you imagine